Hello again, a very good evening to you. Well, the first weekend in November has certainly been a fairly mixed and muddled affair, and that autumnal setup sticking with us moving forward. So at least our temperatures get a real boost over the next couple of days, but it stays pretty blustery, breezy. Yes, we've got some brightness. Equally, we've got some damper spells coming through, but we are actually quite sheltered from those, because notice the bulk of the action really reserved for western areas, with those fronts pushing in from the south and the west. So western spots bearing the brunt. For us, actually, we're nestled that little bit further away, and as a result, we get away with a lot of dry weather over the next few days. That's not to say it'll be completely dry, but for this evening, certainly with that clearance, our temperatures diving right down. So chances are it'll be a chilly start to the night, but actually then they quite quickly build as we approach dawn. This ahead of our next system coming in from the west. So increasing cloud, yes, really quite gusty and blustery by the end of the night, but our temperatures already looking up by the time we're up and about first thing tomorrow morning. And you can notice then we've got these patchy outbreaks of rain, quite showery in nature at times. A couple on the heavy side, but not lingering very long. So by tomorrow afternoon, actually altogether drier and brighter too. We could even be lucky enough to get some decent sunshine later. Notice the size of those wind arrows. They're still pretty breezy, yes, but find some shelter. And in that sunshine, especially, our temperatures really looking up. We're back to mid-teens, maybe even that little bit higher through the second portion of the day. Quick look then at the times of high water in Margate, for example. It's going to be high tide at 20 to 10 tomorrow morning and about 15:15 tomorrow night. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello there, a very good evening to you. Well, a mixed bag of autumn weather through this weekend, and moving forward, well, little change there really. At least our temperatures really looking up. They get quite a boost over the next few days, but it stays blustery, breezy. Yes, some brightness, equally some damper spells. It is a very messy story, and here is the evidence of that. You can see low pressure systems out to the west, and we're right on the cusp of these wet weather fronts pushing up from the south and the west. So it does mean they'll throw in some wet weather at times. Equally though, eastern spots may get away with something a lot drier through the bulk of the week. For the here and now, actually across the board, it's a quiet sort of story. So with that clearance through this evening, it does allow temperatures to dive right down. So a chilly start to the night. But notice then subtle changes as the night wears on with that front approaching. So the wind speeds pick up later. Yes, we get more in the way of cloud, and our temperatures by dawn actually looking very different out there. So a much milder story by the time we're up and about first thing tomorrow morning. Drips and drabs of dampness then, especially lined up for the morning. A couple of those pulses of rain could be on the hefty side, but into the afternoon, a gradual drying up sort of process. And actually we could get some gaps in the cloud as well. So some lovely, bright, pleasant sunshine to be had. Yes, still quite a blustery autumnal feeling day, but notice those changes in temperatures. 15, 16 degrees, maybe even 17 degrees later. It's going to feel very different to today. Quick look then at the times of high water in Portsmouth, for example. It's going to be high tide around 9:20 tomorrow morning and 9:30 tomorrow night. Now, the middle of the week looking like it might be the most unstable, but equally some sunshine to be had later.